Alright, just put gas in it. Who wants to bet there's going to be a failed start? Guess I was wrong. This is the way. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Chopperfett channel. My name is Brett and we make the motorcycle videos and the vlogs here on YouTube. Got the old Dyna out today because the Kawasaki is out of commission.
What'd you do?
Until not quite so overnight parts from Japan get here. But, you know, live and learn on that front. But what can you do? What can you do? But today, I wanted to kind of just talk about the fact that I am not running my Taz cam. Nope, I decided to give the old media mod one final try, and I figured we would try it out with the Road Lavalier 2. So this is going to be basically the initial test. Hopefully it works out. If it doesn't, I'm just giving up on media mods. But I do get tired of carrying around all that extra bulk around all the time because, man, when you start adding in recorders and other things to what you have to carry, it really makes you not really want to get out and motovlog much. So if I could figure that I could just have the 2 GoPros and my mic cable as what I need to go motovlog and explore and do shit, well, I think it's worth a try. But that's not what the subject of the topic is here today. The topic that we're going to discuss is my meeting of the one, the only Bull Bucket. So for those of you who do live under a rock and don't know who Bolt Bucket is a motovlogger from the great continent, country, island of Australia. Yes, Australia. So how did I get the chance to meet this Bolt Bucket exactly? Well, again, if you have been living on a rock, you might not know, but he this summer toured across half of the United States anyway on a busted ass Goldwing. And yeah, but yeah, I'll let him tell you that story in his videos. Make sure to go check out his channel. But the time that he was here, you know, of course yours truly did not get the motovlog juices flowing like I was hoping to do a few videos ago. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get a lot of good videos and stuff while he's here. Didn't get anything. So everything that you are seeing in this video here that is not part of the motovlog experience is actually stuff that he probably had recorded and he sent to me. Thanks, Bolty, appreciates it. So what happened when he was here, and was it a good experience? Well, of course it's a good experience. My friend Bolt. But anyway, I don't even know what night it was. I am going to say it was most likely a Wednesday night. Yes, it was definitely a Wednesday night. He is coming from Colorado. He had just gotten done, I believe, visiting Adventure Tomac and did some trail riding, and thus he started his great journey across the state of Kansas. And I'll tell you what, guys, I have complained about the wind here on more than one occasion.
Cow.
And I was just so happy that someone from not Kansas was able to experience the crappy wind that we have to offer. So he made his trip across I-70 all the way into Kansas City and then down to Gardner, where I live at. And so on that Wednesday night, it was probably about 9:30, almost 10 o'clock. He'd been giving me some updates, and so I decided, oh, I'll go sit outside and wait for him to get here, basically. I probably wasn't sitting out in my driveway for about more than 5 minutes, and all of a sudden I start hearing tick, 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 tick. And that's a pretty accurate sound effect. Up pulls bolt bucket on this busted 1990, I think, Honda Goldwing, which it it looked absolutely as terrible as I'm making it out to appear. So here he comes, and he, takes off his helmet and mask, and his face, where the exposed part of his face would have been from his helmet, was just covered in soot. I was like, yep. Looks like this guy's been riding through the desert, and he has found the oasis that is the Chopperfett garage. So he pulled up, and first thing that you have to do when you meet someone is, you gotta shoot the crap, shoot the shit, so to say.
Brothers don't shake hands. Brothers gotta hug.
And mind you, again, it's about 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. My whole family's asleep, but he comes inside, and we talk for a little bit, and I think the wind had made him a little bit wind deaf, because that dude talked so loud the first night. I was like, thinking about it. I was being nice. I didn't say anything. I was like, dude, kids are asleep. I don't want to wake them up, but whatever, let's go with it. So, the first night we just kind of talked for a little bit, and decided we'd go on a little bit of a mild adventure the next day. So the next day, we decided to take both the Dyna and the Kawasaki out for a spin. Decided to take him to a place called Miss B's, which is up in Lewisburg, Kansas, and it is a mom and pop kind of breakfasty cafe place. Reason I wanted to take him there was he had told me he had never had biscuits and gravy before. To the Australian blokes, a biscuit is a cookie, and here in America, biscuits are those nice, fluffy, grand, well, biscuits. And then we got to the restaurant, went in, and sat down, and he has delivered this plate of biscuits and gravy. We smartly ordered a side of bacon to go with it, and I think the dude was in heaven. I don't think he'd ever experienced eating a fluffy biscuit smothered in white sausage gravy. Sausage. He loves the sausage. So we leave, and now we do swap, and he does get his chance to ride the Dyna, and I am now on the Kawasaki. We take the long way home, and pretty mild ride. I think we got about 70 total miles in for the entire trip, but it was in the middle of summer, and it was starting to heat up. Now I kind of took into the consideration that this poor guy has been riding non-stop for probably the last 5 or 6 days. He's ridden through the desert, through Vegas, through Colorado. He's just been all over. And so we decided to go back to the house and park the motorcycles. Well, when you park motorcycles, what does that lead to? Day drinking.
Why don't we do a little day drinking?
So we decided to hop in the old man van, also known as my 2015 Ford Edge, and we proceeded to go to one of my favorite towns, which is Weston, Missouri. We go up to Weston, and we first stop at a place called the Holiday Distillery, and they had just recently, as of probably 6 years ago, started bottling their own bourbon. They used to way back in the 1800s, and then Prohibition kicked in, and they had kind of stopped. They had picked up business over the last 20 years making 360 vodka. But when my wife and I got married, we were able to take a tour and see them bottling the very first batches of the whiskey. And I say bottling, I actually mean putting it into the whiskey barrels. So we go there and I have an old fashioned and he has some sort of foo-foo drink, both made with the bourbon from the distillery there. And it was great. Now, I don't think in my life I've ever paid $14 for a singular drink, but I did just for the experience, and it was great. Bourbon was so good, actually, I ended up purchasing a bottle of it. It was 60 bucks for the bottle, but whew, I've been enjoying that an awful lot ever since I brought that home. So we left the distillery and we went to a place called the American Bowman, which is owned by the O'Malley's pub and everything else up there. Got him to have a flight of their local brews, which I again think he was impressed with, and we had a small lunch type thing. I really wanted to show him off the interior of the pub because it's like nothing anyone has hardly ever seen in their life. But they said that tours were only for such and such time and they wouldn't allow my friend from Australia down to see it.
So you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
So we finished up our meal, and by the time we had again, the old-fashioned and then my flight of beer and just a small bit of lunch, we were feeling pretty good. Not stupid good, but pretty good. We decided to make our trip back to the house. Along the way, Dad had texted that he was home, and so I took him to meet my parents, and I think my mom was a little, I don't want to say impressed because I don't want him to get the wrong idea about this.
How you doing?
But she really enjoyed the experience. I think my dad did as well. When you see someone on the internet, then when you finally meet their true life persona, there is just something really cool about meeting those people. And especially when you meet Bolt, he is exactly how he is in his videos, true all the way across. After that, we decided to go home, and so this is where I'm gonna get a little sappy, but you know, the coolest thing about Bolt is just his personality. And he is one of the most kind people I've ever met. So that evening, it cooled off just a shade. The big trees in the backyard were enough to shade. And, you know, me being reverse, but I don't know if I do this because I'm a little kind of like shy and antisocial. But he's out there playing football with my kid. He's running through the backyard. He's talking to my cool experiences, and it had nothing to do with motorcycles. So, needless to say, that was quite the day. Then we decided, well, let's not end the day quite yet. So we decided then that we would go ahead and do a live stream, which again, recap the day. So if you've heard all these stories before, you're not crazy. We actually have already lived this once. So we had the nightcap live stream with some awesome barbecue, some amazing buffalo chicken fries. Were they fries? I don't know if they were fries, but buffalo chicken something, which was just amazing. That was about the end of that night, and then Bolt had to make his way south the next day. So really the story just kind of ends. I rode with him down to Ottawa, which was about 20 miles south of here, and we parted ways. I hope I get a chance to meet the guy again. He was definitely a trip, and my house is always open to him. So Bolt, thank you for being quite the gentleman, even though I know you try not to always show your softer side. You are a really good guy. So just want to say we appreciated having you, and you're again always more than welcome to come and visit. With that being said, that was just my Bolt bucket experience. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. And as always, I will catch you on the next dark side, as this is the way. Chopperfett, see you in the next one. Later!